Ever feel like your dreams are stuck in slow motion? That feeling where you have big plans, big goals, but it's like you're wading through treacle just to get started. You see others achieving, and you wonder, why not me? Asterisk weave. All been there. That frustrating gap between where you are and where you want to be. It's like you're standing at the starting line of a race, but you can't quite get your feet moving. This video is about understanding why that happens and, more importantly, what you can do about it. We're going to break down the science of laziness and give you practical, actionable steps to finally start moving towards your goals. Asterisk you think, I'll do it tomorrow, but tomorrow never seems to arrive. You want to do great things, write that book, get fit, learn a new skill, but it feels so hard to even start. Instead, you end up scrolling on your phone or watching TV or finding other ways to distract yourself. You're not alone. This is a very common experience, and it's often accompanied by feelings of guilt or frustration, which ironically make it even harder to get started. We get caught in a loop of wanting to change but feeling powerless to do so. Asterisk, maybe you set ambitious New Year's resolutions that quickly fall by the wayside. Or perhaps you have a constant nagging feeling that you're not living up to your full potential. The key takeaway here is that feeling stuck is a universal human experience. Realizing this is the first step to overcoming it. Asterisk, why does this happen? Well, it's not because you're lazy, not really. The word lazy often carries a lot of negative judgment, implying a character flaw. But it's more accurate to say that laziness isn't some permanent flaw in your character, it's actually more like a habit, a pattern of behavior that is developed over time. And the good news is that habits, they can be changed. Just like any other habit, like biting your nails or checking your phone often. The habit of procrastination or avoidance can be unlearned and replaced with more productive ones. Asterisk, think of it this way. Habits are formed through repetition. When you repeatedly avoid a task, your brain strengthens the neural pathways associated with avoidance. Conversely, when you repeatedly take action, you strengthen the pathways associated with productivity. So, the key is to interrupt the old habit loop and create a new one. Asterisk, to understand why these habits form, we need to look at how our brains are wired. Think about how often you've been held back because a goal felt impossible. You want to save money, but the thought of cutting back on everything feels like too much. Or you want to get healthier, but the idea of running a marathon seems exhausting. It's not that you don't care. It's that your brain is wired to avoid pain and seek comfort. This is a fundamental survival mechanism designed to protect us from danger and conserve energy. In our evolutionary past, this served us well, but in the modern world, it can hold us back from pursuing our goals. Asterisk, our brains are constantly weighing cost and benefits. When faced with a challenging task, our brains may perceive the effort required as a cost and steer us towards easier, more comfortable activities. This is why we often choose instant gratification like watching TV over long-term rewards. Like writing a book, understanding this inherent bias is crucial to overcoming it. Asterisk, so, how do you outsmart it? Step 1. Make it small. This is the most crucial step. Big tasks feel scary and overwhelming, triggering our brain's avoidance mechanisms. So, break them down into tiny, almost ridiculously small steps. For example, if you want to write a book, don't think about writing 100 pages or even 10 pages. Just focus on writing one sentence today. That's it, one single sentence. Asterisk, small steps are easier, and they give you a sense of accomplishment, which fuels you to keep going. Each tiny victory reinforces the behavior, makes it more likely you'll continue. Think of it like climbing a mountain. You don't jump to the top, you take one step, then another. Same with your goals. If you want to learn guitar, don't try to learn an entire song in one day, just practice one chord over time. Those small efforts turn into big results. The key is to focus on progress, not perfection. Celebrate the small wins. Asterisk, let's say you want to start exercising. Instead of planning a 1-hour workout, tell yourself you'll just put on your workout clothes. That's it. Once you've done that, you might feel motivated to do a little more. But even if you don't, you've still accomplished the first step. This principle applies to any goal, no matter how ambitious. Step 2. Create easy routines. Willpower is a finite resource. It runs out quickly, especially when we're tired or stressed. Don't rely on it. Instead, set up routines that make the desired action automatic, minimizing the need for willpower. For example, if you want to exercise, put your shoes by your bed or pack your gym bag the night before. That way, when you wake up or when it's time to go, it's incredibly easy to get started. The easier you make it to start, the more likely you are to follow through. Asterisk, think of routines like training wheels that make things easier until you can do them naturally. What's one small routine you can start today? Maybe it's writing a to-do list every morning or drinking a glass of water as soon as you wake up, or setting a specific time each day to work on your goal. These small habits create structure and help you build momentum. They remove the decision-making process, which can often be a major barrier to action. Asterisk, consider using habit stacking, where you attach a new habit to an existing one. For example, if you already brush your teeth every morning, you could have the habit of doing 1 minute of stretching immediately after. This way, the new habit becomes a natural part of your existing routine. Asterisk, step 3. Use the 2-minute rule. This is a powerful technique for overcoming inertia. The hardest part of any task is often just getting started, so promise yourself you'll work on something for just 2 minutes. That's it. Want to read a book? Read one page, or even one paragraph. Want to clean your room? Start with one corner or one drawer. Want to start that project? Open the document and write one sentence. The idea is to make the initial step so small and non-intimidating that you can't say no. Asterisk, once you start, it's often easier to keep going. Our brains resist starting, but once in motion, they prefer to continue. It's like pushing a ball down a hill. The first push is the hardest, but after that, it rolls on its own. The 2-minute rule is a great way to trick your brain into getting started and break through that initial resistance. Asterisk, this rule works because it reframes the task in your mind. Instead of focusing on the overwhelming whole, you focus on a tiny, manageable part. This reduces anxiety and makes the task seem less daunting. You're essentially lowering the activation energy required to initiate the behavior. Asterisk, here's a bonus tip: reward yourself for starting. This reinforces the behavior and makes it more likely. You'll repeat it after you've done your 2 minutes or completed your small step. Celebrate in a small way. Maybe it's listening to your favorite song, or taking a short break with a cup of tea, or simply giving yourself a mental pat on the back. The reward doesn't have to be anything extravagant. It just needs to be something you enjoy and that you can consistently associate with the act of. Starting. Asterisk, rewards release dopamine in the brain, which strengthens the neural pathways associated with the desired behavior. This creates a positive feedback loop, making it easier to start the next time. By associating starting with a positive experience, you can gradually change your brain's response to the task. Asterisk, it's important to acknowledge that you'll encounter obstacles along the way. There will be days when you don't feel motivated, or when life gets in the way. That's normal. The key is to develop strategies for overcoming these challenges and maintaining momentum. One strategy is to identify your common triggers for procrastination. What situations, thoughts, or feelings make you more likely to avoid tasks? Once you know your triggers, you can develop coping mechanisms. Asterisk, another important factor is accountability. Sharing your goals with someone else can provide extra motivation and support. Knowing that someone else is expecting you to take action can make you more likely to follow through. Consider finding an accountability partner or joining a group with similar goals. Asterisk, remember, consistency is more important than intensity. It's better to do a little bit every day and to try to do everything at once and then burn out. Think of it as a marathon, not a sprint. Focus on building sustainable habits that you can maintain over the long term. Here's the truth: everyone starts small. The people you admire, the ones who seem incredibly productive and driven, they struggled too. They had to overcome the same resistance, the same doubts, the same challenges that you're facing. The key difference is they kept going. They didn't let setbacks derail them. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to start, and you have to persist. Asterisk, think of your dreams like a fire. Right now, it might be a tiny spark, barely visible. Every small action you take is like adding fuel to that spark. Keep adding fuel, even if it seems like it's not making much of a difference at first. And soon you'll have a roaring fire. So be kind to yourself and keep moving forward. Remember, it's okay to fail. Everyone fails. In fact, failure is often a necessary part of the learning process. What matters is that you get back up and try again. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a crucial part of the journey. Embrace it, learn from it, and use it as fuel to keep going. Asterisk, believe in your ability to change. Your brain is incredibly adaptable, a concept known as neuroplasticity. You have the power to rewire your habits and create a more productive and fulfilling life. It won't happen overnight, but with consistent effort and the right strategies, you can achieve your goals. Asterisk, so let's keep it simple. If you're ambitious but feel stuck, here's what to do. 1. Make tasks small and easy. 2. Create routines. 2. Help you. 3. Use the 2-minute rule to trick your brain into starting. That's it. Don't wait for the perfect moment, because the perfect moment doesn't exist. Start now, with whatever you have, wherever you are. Asterisk, pick one thing, one small step you can take today, and commit to doing it. Your dreams are waiting for you. Go make them happen. And remember this: you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. Even small efforts done regularly can create massive change, compounding over time to produce remarkable results. So what will you do today to light that fire? What small step will you take to move closer to your goals? The choice is yours, and the time is now.